Hey guys, hope you're all having a fantastic day out there so far, and thank you for joining me in today's quick little lesson video. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about sweep picking and how you can go about mastering it, okay? I know there's like a million videos on the internet about sweep picking, but I feel like most of them lack a few things that are really, really important, okay? So I'm going to go over those right now with you. So, first of all, sweep picking. It could be done so many different ways, depending on the sequence. The most common sequence is a minor triad, and let's say I'm doing something like an A minor, okay? So let's say I'm going... So a down, 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 up pattern, okay? This is very, very common. Okay, so let's go ahead and break down the big components of what's happening here in the left and right hand. The right hand is going down, 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 and very lightly, okay? You don't want to pick individually like this. Okay, I see a lot of people do that where they'll pick something, right? And they'll try to, like, aggressively, like, intentionally pick down each time. Don't do that. Make it one movement. Kind of slant the pick a little, pick, land on the next string, rest, and go to the next one. See what's happening? I'm just lightly caressing the string with the pick there. I know it sounds really silly. Same thing when you come back up. I'm letting it go up and pause, and go up again, pause. Okay, that's very important. Now with the left hand, okay, this is the part that people really need to focus on. It's making a minor triad or major triad or whatever. I'm using A minor in this case like before. And when you do this, I want you to just kind of hover above the strings, okay? See that? I'm not squeezing as hard as I can. Don't G.I. Joe grip the guitar. Okay, so this is very common. So again, you can kind of see my fingers at this angle, hopefully. And again, I'm just kind of lightly touching above the strings. Okay, I'm muting them. Not holding anything down, slightly muting. Sorry for the blur. And again, what's going to happen is when I'm playing, I'm going to push down with the finger when I'm playing. So you guys sync up both hands like that. Okay, now when I go to the next string, lift up off that finger, put this finger down, pick, lift up to kill the sound, and the same thing here. So you're only pushing when needed. It's like little buttons, okay? So when I'm doing this with the distortion, right, you don't want to hear this, because that's not doing sweep picking properly, right? You want the proper muting in the left hand. So play, right? And everything's just relaxed. I'm just bouncing the fingers. So I push only when I'm playing. Okay. Now this to me is called a floating technique, and I do it with everything I do, with scales, chords, whatever, right? I only hold down what I need to, only when I need to, right? So hold down what you need to, when you need to, but not all the time. And just float across very lightly and relaxed. Big thing here also is you don't want to raise your fingers too far off the fretboard like this. Okay, keep them minimal, kind of hover above. So like when you're in scales, same thing. If I'm shredding something, you know, right here. Very lightly, just kind of bouncing across the strings. You get the idea. But now back to the sweep picking part. If you're doing a big arpeggio, let's say a different shape of A minor, sorry. Same thing, I'm hovering, right? I'm keeping my hand kind of close. I'm just bouncing the fingers, making sure to mute the rest of the strings. So the left hand's just as important at muting as the right hand. In fact, I do more muting with my left hand than I do with my right hand doing this. My right hand kind of covers the top two strings, you know, kind of, sort of. My left hand's doing a lot of work here, so watch real carefully again. Okay, watch the picking back. I missed my tap. Oh well, that was sloppy, but whatever. You get the idea though. So again, see how everything's lining up. Very, very important. Now, I'd also like to mention that I'm not a master at sweep picking. You know, certain phrases took me a while to get down, and they're still not the way I like just yet. Like, things like that are kind of sloppy. Or if I'm doing like a big stretchy one, you know, if I'm doing a different key, like over here in B minor. Like a diminished kind of thing. That sounds sloppy. I just screwed that up with the little... The last tip I'll leave you guys with, use a metronome. And I know you're like, oh, you always say that, but I mean it. Regardless what you're doing, whether it's legato or sweep picking or just whatever, incorporate that metronome. Do your eighth notes with sweep picking. Do your triplets with sweep picking. You know, I'll give you a couple examples real quick, and hopefully you guys will be able to hear me okay. I just use my regular phone metronome, but just to give you a good enough idea, right, of what I want you guys to do. I'm also going to leave some tabs down in the description box so you can have like some triads you can mess around with for free. So definitely check those out. But let's say I'm doing something like at this speed, right? A little sloppy, but you get the idea. Or you can switch up timing. Right? Or anyways, guys, that's it for today's lesson video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. And more importantly, if you guys have any more questions, shoot them to me directly on Instagram, Facebook, or wherever. All right, guys, hope you have a good rest of your week. I'll see you next time. Rock on.